Yo, what's up everybody? How is it going? Today we're playing some Dota 1x6, which is of course made by Xeno, and we're gonna be playing as Marcy, because she's fun. We can do some universal hero stuff. Anyway, let me tell you a little bit about the microphone situation, because there has been an update, a development. Before I do that, let me tell you really quickly about microphones, the way microphones work, in case you're curious, although I'm not an expert, I just do my research. So, if I get something wrong, please don't be too harsh on me. But I'm keeping it pretty simple, so it should be fine. Anyway, so there's basically different tiers of microphones. You can have microphones that are just a USB, so they go directly into your computer. But for most higher quality microphones, that wouldn't really work, because then you just have a straight digital signal that doesn't really sound that good. The way most microphones work is they have an analog signal that gets converted into a digital signal at some point of the process. Usually this is done by something like this. This is called an interface. It's usually less dusty than this. I haven't cleaned it in a bit. But this is what's called an interface, and basically what this does is it gets the audio from my microphone via an XLR cable and turns it into a digital signal for my computer. I've had this for a long time. This is the M-Audio 192.4 Air, I think, and it's good. It's a good interface. There's nothing wrong with it. However, this was fine for my old microphone, for the Audio-Technica AT2035 that I was using before. Now I'm using an Electro Voice RE20, and this is a very high quality microphone. There's another tier up. And the thing is, with these microphones, you have very sensitive capture, I guess. They're very, very sensitive. They're very delicate. And because of that, they tend to be really quiet inherently, right? They capture everything that's like in front of them, but they don't capture too much around, because then you wouldn't be able to hear what's in front of them, right? So they tend to be kind of quiet. And so what you need to do is you need to make them louder. That's why the interface has a bunch of knobs on it, which are the gain. So I can increase how loud it is. And you can also see as I'm speaking, it's flaring up there, right? Now, the problem is that for a microphone like I was using before, this interface was fine, totally fine. It actually has a lot of gain. But for a microphone like I'm using it now, the gain offered by this isn't quite enough. In theory, it could be, but it becomes really difficult to manage, which doesn't sound very good. So what I got now, this is my new toy here. This right here is the DBX286S, which is a preamp and processor. Does it say here? There we go. Preamp and processor. And what is a preamp and processor? Well, a preamp and processor basically takes this analog signal and amplifies it. So you can see over here, there's another little light that's flaring, another LED that's flaring up. And this LED is the microphone signal, and it's being increased. It's being made louder in volume. And then this is coming out of here in the back somewhere. There we go. And that's going then into the interface, right? So it gets amplified sort of twice, right? It gets amped once here and it gets amped once in the interface. But the cool thing about this is it comes with a bunch of extra stuff. So this one also has an inbuilt compressor and an inbuilt de-esser and enhancer, as they call it. It's got a bunch of stuff, an inbuilt noise gate, which is convenient. Point being, with this, I can now properly use the microphone. However, I am not currently, because I am still working on setting it all up. I spent some time earlier today trying to make it sound good, and it should already be much better than what we had before. It should be much more consistent, most importantly, but there's still some work to be done. So just kind of so you know. Now, an alternative way of handling stuff like this, by the way, is you can just like work with purely digital signals, which means you could just do post-production to amplify the volume. Like, for example, in OBS, you can just make yourself louder if you're quiet. But of course, every step of the way, you're giving up quality every time you do that. The nice thing about working with a purely analog signal is that you are not really conceding any quality. You are giving up the ability to really modify too much after it comes to the computer, because the computer just has this sound as it's getting right now as its source, but the quality is going to be higher than it would be if you put it into the computer first and then modified it there. So yeah, anyway, that's kind of the situation there. I'm just kind of happy now. I just like it. I just wanted to talk about it. Chad is just talking about bread. And I guess that's that. Yeah, so I am, however, now reaching into just straight up professional level gear, which is also kind of interesting to me. But like this microphone is just a professional level microphone. The interface, not so much, that's more consumer grade, but it is a very good consumer grade interface. And interfaces don't need to do that much anyway. They just need to turn it from an analog signal into a digital one. And the preamp, it's literally built for rack. That's why it looks so funny. Yeah, so I don't know. I was just kind of excited about it. But I hope it sounds good. I hope we are happy with it. I hope it's progress. And don't worry, we're going to get it to be even better than it is right now. Anyway. Let's get into the game. Okay, we got ourselves Marcy. I'll grab some boots. I'll grab a quelling blade. And we're playing Unleash today. But I'm not gonna really play Unleash. So I'm kind of playing Unleash. But what I actually want to do is I want to play Universal Marcy. So I want to go for just a bunch of all stat items. Just items that give me all stats. And then, you know, have a ton of stats, be really, really tanky. Oh, it doesn't really have to be all stats, just like items that give me stats. And then be really tanky and do a lot of attack damage that way. And yeah, just be a very universal Marcy. That's my plan. That's the strategy. So we'll see how that works out, but everything gotta give stats today, right? Everything gotta give stats. That's my core strategy here. For now, we'll go ahead and just take down some of these creeps, get ourselves a little bit of a stack here. Because of course, in case you don't notice, but in 1x6, Sidekick gives Cleave. Which makes it a really great ability, just like in general, it's just really good. But yeah, it's of course fantastic for farming. You can just come in here, take down a bunch of creeps and be quite effective at it. And that's honestly really valuable because otherwise with Marcy, you wouldn't really have a great way of actually dealing with creeps, right? So having just even a little bit of a bonus there goes a long way. Can I clear this out in time? Yeah, we'll be fine. All right, let's go back. We do have a mobility tool, so we don't need to walk as much anyway. Hello. Oh, big stuns. One more hit. Nice. And then +2 all attributes. Yes! Oh, we're gonna be so tanky, but also so powerful. It'll be great. That's the plan. It'll be tanky and powerful. Anyway, I hope you guys are okay with the current mic settings. I think it should be pretty good now. But I'm still working on it, but we're making progress, right? I feel like we have already made noticeable progress. The big important thing is now we've got a really nice compressor on this, which mostly just makes it so that the audio doesn't fluctuate in volume as much as it did for a little while, which was kind of annoying. Your attacks have a chance to slow, that seems great. And then I can come in here and we can get started on a medium camp already. Although I'm not gonna commit to it because I want to make sure we have Sidekick for the creep wave, right? Okay, items. I'm gonna go ahead and go for Gleipnir, because Gleipnir is a ton of stats, right? It's actually a huge amount of stats. And it works nicely with Unleash, and it's an additional farming tool and a nice utility catching tool. I mean, that's kind of like the point of the Universal Heroes, right? They can use utility while also you like getting a lot of power out of that utility. So that's kind of what we're trying to do. All right, Sidekick, and then we'll just go ahead and start working on this. Hey, you know, it's a stack, so it's a little bit scary. But we do have a really nice ability for this kind of situation. So it's not too threatening. It's nothing we can't handle. I'm a bit worried about the Juggernaut. We'll see what that build that ends up being. It could potentially be an issue if it ends up being one of the more annoying mid-late game carries, right? We'll see what exactly we end up going up against. You know what? I think I'm actually better off just going back. This isn't going to recover enough mana in time, and I don't want to miss out on a creep wave. And the Mega Creep Wave in particular is a bit tricky because you really want to make sure you're there for the entire time of it, because otherwise it can very quickly become difficult to take down. Alright, get some more attack speed, get ourselves more sidekick. Oh, I finished watching Superstore, which I didn't think I was gonna bring up Superstore again. You know, I said I started watching it, and then it's because it's like entirely unremarkable. Oh yes, plus 5% all stats. It's really a very unremarkable show, I would say. It's so unremarkable. The various points of it, I was like, is this plagiarism? Is this plagiarism? Like, it is so heavily inspired by other sitcoms. Is it a sitcom? Comedy shows? Whatever. By other shows like it, like The Office and Parks and Recreation, that it makes me very much like feel, this is maybe a bit too similar to those. But oh well. However, I finished it now, and I got to say, I have this theory regarding media, that the last bit of it, the ending, right? Like the last 5% of whatever you're consuming matters by far the most. Like, you can watch a TV show and it's absolute garbage, but if the ending is good, you'll feel okay about it. And that's like the thing about it. I was watching Superstore, and I would say I was feeling at a nice, comfortable 5 out of 10 for the entirety of it. But then the ending came around, and I think the ending was like a 6 out of 10. Right? It was fine. It was enjoyable. Everybody, like, it wasn't anything complicated. It wasn't anything unexpected. It wasn't even anything interesting, really. It was exactly what you would expect. Oh, what is this build? Okay, we're silenced. That's fine. I'm just gonna punch. We have lots of creeps here, which is really good for us. Oh, you still? What? That did so much damage. Oh, man. That second spin, I ended up dying to that. That's crazy. Okay.
Did you know that when I was putting together my Twitch channel, I was considering the name Baumi the Cat? But I ended up settling on Baumi and Cats. There's a link in the description. Also, please don't forget to leave a rating on the video. Thank you.
I thought I would be able, like, because I tanked the first one really nicely, and then the second one just cut through me, though. Brutal. Okay. That's okay. This is actually the Juggernaut build I'm most fine going up against here, I feel. Like, yeah, we died. It's okay. I underestimated how much damage he's gonna do. But the thing about Superstore is that it has an ending that is just like 100% exactly what you would expect. Everybody just got the good ending, but also just the obvious ending. And honestly, that's fine. I was like really surprised by like how I was super down for it by the end of it. I was just like, yeah, cool. I'm glad that everybody got the obvious expected ending. I think that works. And the silly thing to me there is like the reason why I feel like that worked so well is just because it made it so it didn't end on a sour note. I feel like I consume a lot of media, and that's just because a lot of media is like this. That kind of stumbles at the last stretch, right? That just kind of messes up the ending. It's just like, it's good and it's good and it's good, and then like at the very end it just kind of fades away because it runs for a little bit too long, or because the ending isn't as interesting as you would like it to be, and they just kind of fail in the last stretch. And oftentimes that just kind of slightly, you know, sours the overall experience. And by slightly I mean pretty significantly sours the overall experience. Like really just kind of making it not as it doesn't make you recall the entire journey as much in as positive a light. No, we gotta get out of here, I think. Really? God, we're just kind of not having a good time right now, aren't we? Phew. That killed me. Okay. Wow. Struggle is real, I guess. It's okay. You know, I think it's fine. If I only uploaded games in which I did well early, I feel like it would be a little bit too monotone in a way, right? Like sometimes it's okay if I need to figure out my way around a bit. So anyway, sorry, what was I saying? So now that I've finished watching Superstore, I kind of was like, oh, I actually feel really positively about it. With a 5 out of 10 show and a 6 out of 10 ending, I would rate it overall like a 7 out of 10. And that doesn't make any sense, right? But it's just because the ending is really important, and not stumbling there makes you just, oh man, okay. Alright, there's... Oh, man. Oh, the silence. This is why I'm getting a purge. This is why I'm getting my satanic. But the problem is that the Juggernaut got the best upgrade early, which is when you cast Blade Fury, you silence all affected target for 5 seconds. 5 seconds is so brutal. It is so brutal. Particularly for a build like ours, which is really just not the strongest right away, you know, we need some time to come online. Oh, alright, that's fine. It's okay, we'll just get there. We'll just take the time we need and farm up and become powerful. But yeah, it's just like endings. Endings. I think endings are so crucially important. And Superstore just reminded me of that. Would I overall recommend Superstore? Only if you need something to watch. I wouldn't recommend Superstore as like, oh hey, it's a great show, you really gotta see Superstore. But if you're just like, oh, I've seen a lot of stuff already, I just would like something new that I don't have to pay that much attention to, then yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Hey, +5 all attributes, you'll take. Alright, coming in here. Oh, the Juggernaut. Yeah, I wonder who's feeding that guy. That's somebody gotta do something about this Juggernaut, you know? Like if you really, that's not good. I mean, there's just the Juggernaut is just getting a little too big, and I wonder who's at fault for that. It's certainly not me. No, sir. Not us. We've done nothing wrong in our life. Some of the best and worst endings you can remember. I mean, the worst ending of all time gotta be Game of Thrones, right? It is so bad. It is such a horrible ending. It's taken one of the biggest cultural touchstones of like the last 20 years and it disappeared overnight. Game of Thrones is just kind of dead now because its ending was so shit that now nobody wants to hear about Game of Thrones anymore. Come here. Can I do this? I'm trying. Okay. Nice. Unleash increases your attack range, and Unleash attacks reduce healing. Oh, there's the Juggernaut again. Gotta stay away from that, I think. Sorry, I haven't explained our legendary. During combat, you gain rage points, 1 point for attacks, 1 point for losing 200 health, 4 points for casting an ability. And if I am, and then if I'm at 16 points, I get 1 combo of Unleash, 1 charge of Unleash. And if I'm already affected by Unleash, then I get that duration extended. So it's just kind of like something that scales up as we become more powerful, right? Because we benefit from attack speed, we benefit from health, we benefit from longer fights, because it just means we get to unleash more and more and more and more and more. A similar story, or like I guess a an opposite thing, right? Like that fits into the thing we're talking about. There's a manga called Helk, which is just entirely unremarkable. It's not interesting. It's not that good, if I'm completely honest. But there's probably gonna be some people that are upset at what I just said, because when they think of Helk, they just remember the ending. And the ending of Helk is great. Like, it's so weird. Helk in the last stretch basically turns into an entirely different but 50 times better manga. And it just carries the story so hard. It carries it so hard. And it's really strange. Because, like, even if I think back to Helk, overall, it's not good. But all I can think about is that banger of an ending. And that just, like, elevates the entire experience so much. If only that was part of an overall better story. I cannot really recommend Helk. Like, it's one of those things where, like, are you really gonna read like 100 chapters to get 10 chapters of payoff? And honestly, those 10 chapters of payoff aren't really that related to the previous 100 chapters. It's just a really fun ending. I don't know, maybe. Oh, hello. These creeps just decided they don't want to participate today.
Your tower is under attack.
Let me come in here. Thank you very much. Another epic. With each completed Fury combo, Unleash Pulse deals an additional 50 damage to the target. Get this ultimate orb. Very good. And then, of course, there's like lots of stories that I think just have like good, adequate, beautiful endings. Breaking Bad is one. Better Call Saul. Oh my god, Better Call Saul has such a good ending. It is so good. But Better Call Saul is cheating because it's like all around incredible. Like Better Call Saul is good even without the ending. Better Call Saul could just like not have an ending. That would still be a 9 out of 10 show. With the ending, it's just straight up perfect though. 10 out of 10. Alright, come here. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're just farming up, you know. Oh, we're keeping up. It's fine. That's all we need to do. That's all we really need to do. Because the spin from the Juggernaut is gonna become less and less impactful. Here's our Unleash. Thank you. And I will get... Yeah, you perform 2 attacks on the rebound target. Honestly, that's a great upgrade that we really, really want. Because it's just super useful. It's a lot of extra damage that we get from that. And also those 2 attacks count towards our combo counter. So that's really valuable too, right? So now we can very quickly get ourselves the right amount of charges to get a nice little combo started. What do we buy next? We have Skadi, we have Satanic. So I'm not allowed an Assault Cuirass because that's not stats. I think I just get a butterfly for armor? Is that right? Hello. That's fine. Okay, is that enough? No. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Yeah, we're pretty tanky now. We're just kind of strong. Oh no. I don't know if I want to keep going here. I'm a bit low. I'm mostly low on cooldowns, not so much on HP. It's just a tier 1 patrol. Like, tier 1 patrol doesn't really matter. Okay, good. Good damage. And 1 hit. Nice. Got another one. Very good. And next up, I guess we get a butterfly. And yeah, the butterfly is gonna be pretty much just an Assault Cross replacement. But I said we're not building any non-stats items. Everything gotta give stats in some way. So let's just get ourselves a butterfly. I think that sounds alright. Attacks have a chance to slow. Saint Yasha. I'm not a big fan of Saint Yasha, honestly. It's like one of those items that doesn't really, like, it doesn't really do anything. It's just like kind of independent from how good Saint Yasha is. I just don't really enjoy using it that much because you can't really tell that you have it. Right? It's just like, oh, well, I guess I got a Saint Yasha. I guess I move slightly fast. I guess I deal a little bit more damage. And I like having items that feel a bit more impactful. Lincoln's is a fun idea. I'm not sure how useful that would be, but we can definitely consider it. But first, I want to get some physical damage reduction, which is why we're getting Butterfly. Which is really strange. That's not what you would usually get a Butterfly for, but that's why we're getting Butterfly. Watch Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. That was a good movie. I really enjoyed that movie. Mostly because the animation was beautiful. Gorgeous animation. But also, that's another movie that I think just has a nice ending. And I think that's a really big reason why why it resonated with people so much. Alright, here's our butterfly. We're probably strong enough to take on anyone. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going with. I think we're strong enough to take on anyone. And I will use this strength to exclusively fight these creeps here. Is Juggernaut going for the base? Yeah, let's go, buddy. Well, get the building. Don't worry about it. I'm just hanging out. How dangerous can I be? Oh, alright, never mind. Coming over here. It's like something where, for Alex, for Sweet Dreams Alex, which is my video game that will eventually release. If you remember, that still exists. Don't worry, we didn't cancel it or anything. It's just been a long journey. But it definitely is still gonna come out eventually. But, for that, we actually put a lot of effort specifically just into the ending. Because, like, I'm so convinced that a good ending does everything. Right? That a good ending makes a huge impact. And honestly, I really like the ending we have for Alex. I think it's really, really, really good. I'm very happy with it. So, I'm hoping that if people make it to the ending, they actually play the entire game, it'll leave a very good impression just because the ending is nice. Okay, coming in here. Releasing in 2023. No, it should be this year. It really should be. I mean, don't even joke about it. just don't. Please don't. Give me a break. Oh, man. So I've kind of like completely lost track of where anybody is. We're just playing on our own a little bit, but I guess that's fine. Let's get ourselves the Gleipnir. And then we can go from there. Yes, I performed 3 attacks. That's actually really good. Alright, let's go back. Like to play, but you haven't pushed an update since forever. Yeah, like... I mean, I've talked about this before, but basically the problem that we've been having is that the game just like, we were working on a Switch port. and the game just wasn't running on Switch. Like, the porting team couldn't really make it work. We were looking for help from Unity, but Unity was being just a nightmare. Like, when I say Unity, I mean the Unity, like, company, right? Because you can ask them for help. But can I tell... So, here's the problem of working with the Unity company. They will only deal with issues one at a time. Hello. Okay, yeah, Okay, come on. Nice, we survived. And one more. Nice, let's go. Very good. So we deal even more damage with it. Hey, look at this. This is actually working. It's working pretty well. What's our last item? Do we just get a heart? Well, I guess it's not the last. We still have boots to get rid of as well. Sorry, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the problem is that Unity will only deal with issues one at a time. So, if we have a problem with our compiler, and we fix one bug with their help, and we then ask, oh, here's another thing that still doesn't work with it, they will put you to the back of the queue. They will not help you fix the problem, they will help you fix one step of the problem. And then every time they do that, they throw you back to the queue. Can you just imagine how incredibly slow that process is? So, like, honestly, we probably could have solved all the issues with the Switch port, but it would have taken 2 years. Like, legitimately. And like, God, that's frustrating. This is 60, it's 32 in, it's like probably not enough stats for what we are going for, right? I think I'm just gonna build a heart, to be honest. It's 40 strength. Hex. Hex is 55 stats. What about this? This is 60. Witch Furies. No, it's not 60. Sorry, it's 40 attack speed. What else is there? Could just stack Scotties? What about this? No, this is only 30. This is 46. So I'm kind of leaning towards a heart just because I really like having a heart and I feel like that's fine. It still very much fits into our general criteria. And then we can get a hex probably last. That seems alright. But yeah, it was such a slow, tedious process that just wasn't really going anywhere. That for now, we've just put it on hold. But that was why we weren't able to do anything, because like everything was getting stuck in that incredibly slow pipeline. Dagon for stats. Dagon isn't that many stats. It's 15 all stats. That's only 45. Like, Hex is more than that. So I'm thinking that probably Hex will probably replace the boots with a Hex. That sounds like the way to go to me. But for now, we've just put that all on hold. And we're just working on... Basically, first we need to revert a bunch of changes. And then we're gonna just finish up the game. Which again, the game has been 98% done for a few months now. Which, can you imagine how frustrating that is? Like, that is so annoying. I'm so annoyed with that. But like, what can you do, right? What can you do? But the game has legitimately been 98% done for like the last 6 months. Alright, just kind of keep punching stuff. Hey, it's a simple build, but it does okay. So we'll grab this. There's somebody here, right? Juggernaut? Alright, we're just going in. We can tank this, right? Yeah. Just hit him. Oh, come on! You're just healing so quickly. Alright, there's a Zeus. I have no idea what's going on. We got him. Well, yeah. Wow, there was sure a lot happening right there, but I did survive. I am the one that made it out of that situation, so I'm pretty happy about that. I have problem X. Did you turn your computer on and off again? Yes and no effect. Great, back to the queue for the next attempt. Legitimately, yes. Do you see the problem? Imagine tech support for your software, but every single time you like have one question for them, they will answer only that question and then hang up on you again. So you have to call again. They will not help you fix the problem. They will only help you fix one step of the problem. What a nightmare. What the fuck? Like, come on now. Oh no. Leveler. This is 6 all stats. Do I have to take Spell Prism? I guess. Alright. I can't say I'm happy about it, but I guess I have to take the Spell Prism. And we get Hex as our last item, right? I think that sounds alright. With the Hex, we should be able to do certain... yeah, we should do pretty well. Okay. Let's go ahead and take these guys down. The good news is that if we aren't doing like the Switch port right now, instead just finishing up the PC version, then we don't have to deal with them. I should maybe say that, I should maybe clarify that, right? Like these problems only exist like for the Switch version. Outside of that, we don't have these issues. Because we know how to work on PC. I hit so fucking hard. Did you guys notice this? I hit for 540 damage. That is crazy. So, yeah. Crits would be good. Crits would be good, but not allowed. Crits would certainly be good, but are also certainly not allowed. We need to pick this up, see what we can get here. Oh, okay. Ooh, can we get there? Nice. Hey, let's go. Oh, there's Juggernaut. Just gonna kind of like run past him. See if we can get into this base really quick. Oh, what are you doing? Alright, good. Whew. So, now we just need to kill the Zeus. Nice. Mm-hmm. Okay, that should be fine. I will kill this. These guys are just fighting out there. That's okay. They can have a good time if they want to. In the meantime, I will take down
Your tower is
this
under
guy.
attack.
And that should be fine.
Your tower is under
Zeus is
attack.
out. Let's go back.
Your tower is under attack.
We'll take down these creeps.
Your tower is under attack.
Then we want to get ourselves the Aghanim Scepter, right? Because with that, we silence. I should probably have gotten that a little bit earlier, but... Oh no, I just didn't get around to it yet. It's okay, we got it now. But now we silence and we can get this Aghanim Shard to make this bow supply a disarm. So I'm the only one that hasn't used buyback yet as well, which is great. Hey, look at us. This nail. Okay, that's fine. I'm just kind of like trying to fight. There's also the Juggernaut, which is a bit scary. Alright, we'll just throw in a Hex. There's that kill. Good. Juggernaut is going for the creeps. Ooh, dear, yes. Yes! Who do we go for? Is this mine? No, did I not get any book? Ah, no, I don't have a base disable. Alright, we'll just run for the Juggernaut. We should be able to take down one building. I hope. That would be alright, I think. That would be a fine outcome. Just take down one of these buildings and then dip. Like, of course, it's not a huge win, but I don't think we need a huge win right now. Small win is acceptable. TP? Is he going for us? Yeah, but too late. Too late, too slow, too ineffective. I hit so hard. I can't believe that my silly all-stat build is this crazy effective. I mean, I can sort of believe it, I guess. Universal heroes are a bit broken, right? yeah, they're a little broken, right? So... Oh no. Sniper's dead. Is the Juggernaut getting this? Is the Juggernaut in the base? Oh crap. Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna play out, but I don't think I can really do anything. It's all a little bit far away. I'm just not in position. And if I make the wrong call here, I die to the siege wave. And that wouldn't be good, right? Oh no. Oh, the Juggernaut is gonna die. I think the Juggernaut was trying to backdoor the sniper. See, this is what I was worried about, but no. Oh, buddy. How's the router situation? Oh yeah, our router. We're getting a new one. That's it. That's pretty much it. Oh my god, remember how I told you guys about how that one like ISP person was so rude to me because apparently I dare impose my suggestion of what's wrong with it on their service team? With this I can root. This sounds good. And today I talked to the service team then because they called me and they were like, so, you know, what's up with the router? And I just like immediately was like, well, I know what's up. It's overheating. And they're like, does it get hot? I'm like, yeah, it gets hot. I also put a fan in front of it and now it doesn't like die anymore. And they're like, oh yeah, it's overheating. They were just immediately on my side. And I'm like, what was wrong with this customer support dude? I don't know why that guy was so goddamn mad at me for implying that I might have figured out what is wrong. Like, that dude was so mad at me. I don't know what I did wrong. Okay, hello. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're just going in. Or trying to, at least. Alright, we'll just go for a hex here. Oh man, this is a problem, isn't it? Ooh. Okay, how do we get close? I think we just, like, try to combo a bit more aggressively. The disarm is certainly a problem. Ooh. I think he's got me. Oh. That's a shame. So I think you can tell the weakness of this build, right? We do a ton of damage. We are really powerful. We are tanky. We can definitely just fight. But we don't have any complexity to it. Our items are fairly straightforward, right? 4 of our items are just kind of stats, more or less. I mean, the Gleipnir wasn't really that useful in that final fight either. Hex brings some utility, but not enough. So the problem with a build like this is, while it does make us just like powerful in the purest sense, it does leave us weaker if it comes to utility. I didn't really have a great way of just locking down the sniper. I didn't have burst from crits or anything like that. Couldn't silence him. Like, if I were to actually buy proper items, I probably would want an Abyssal Blade, crits, and a Bloodthorn in there. And, yeah, so, but I thought it was still a really interesting little experiment to just kind of like lean into this raw nature of stats. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. We'll definitely appreciate that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.